Okay, my name's Christopher Maxwell. I'm the founder of WRIR Richmond Independent Radio. Uh, we're the only station thus far that's an LPFM that has a satellite downlink for NPR and Pacifica Live satellite-fed programming. And I think we have more news and talk programming than most community radio stations of any power level as of yet. So why is community radio important? Well, when I was a teenager down in Florida, it just seemed like I couldn't fit in anywhere. There was no place on this planet for me. Of course, being a teenager, I was in this one little part of the world, this teeny little downtown area, or suburban downtown area of West Palm Beach. So what do you know? But that's how life is. You know what you know when you're there. And I got this boring job soldering computers together, and the engineer insisted on playing talk radio. And being a teenager, I wanted to anesthetize myself with idiotic rock or something. And so I was annoyed at first, but then I started hearing things that I never heard in school, never heard in any of the textbooks, never heard anybody talking about. And it's like, is that true? And I'd go to the library. Didn't have the internet back then. I'd go to the library and look it up. I'm like, wow, that is true. And so I started getting into talk radio, and then the big moment arrived where they had somebody famous on as a guest. I think it was the Secretary of State, 1979 or 80. I forget who it was. Anyway, they had the Secretary of State on, pretty big figure, and they invited people to call in. So I did. I asked the engineer, do you mind if I take my break to call in? And I could see him kind of smirking, like, aha, got you. And so anyway, I let it go. I got on the phone. I called in. I asked my question. Don't even remember anymore what the question was, because that's actually not the important point. The important point is I hung up the phone. I went back to soldering. And I heard the rest of West Palm Beach County calling in. Some people hated it. Ah, that stupid little brat, what the heck does he know? Other people was like, no, that was insightful. And you know what? It didn't matter. It didn't matter whether somebody hated it and another person loved it. The point is, the pebble made a wave. I was part, even if it was just for 30 seconds, I was part of that moment in human development, the dialectic of idea one, idea two creates idea three, number three, and number four creates idea number five. That's how civilization happens. That is the iterative process that creates what we call advanced life through genetics. It's the same idea. And that's what you see all around you. The advanced life forms, ideas, books, now computers, all that comes from that process. And I was a part of it for 30 seconds. And to me, that's the power of community radio. I suddenly felt like, there may not be a place for me in this high school, and I may not perceive a place for me, but there are places out there where people can be valued, be valuable, be part of the process. And for me, that was radio.